Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8. And today, I'm gonna be doing a multiplayer protest of the beautiful car that you see on the screen right now. And that's of course the Lamborghini Aventador Super Veloce, also known as the Aventador SV. And that's because this car is currently available in the multiplayer shop. And you might be thinking, hey DBT, is it worth for me to spend the currency to get this car? Is it competitive? Is it good? Well, we're gonna try to find out today. But before I jump into it, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel right now. Did you? I hope you did. Because when you do these things, you're telling YouTube that this is worth recommending to more people, and in that way, I can continue making this type of content for you. So, if you want some more Asphalt 8 right here, like and subscribe. But alright, let's talk about the car and really the offer of the car. As I just mentioned, it's available in the multiplayer shop. However, because I already own the car, well, it's not gonna show the price, but it's actually being sold for 50,000 of the multiplayer badges, which I actually think it's a pretty decent price for this car. But in case you're not familiar with it, this is the Lamborghini Aventador SV, Class S car of the rank of 1859, and I suppose it would be better if I show you the car with the tuning kit. And there we have it. Now you can see the maximum performance of this car, other than with VIP 15, but I'm never gonna get there, so this is what you can get normally. So, as I always say, these numbers are not particularly useful in terms to, or in order to determine whether the car is good or not, because this is not accurate. The acceleration is not accurate at all. It would seem that it's pretty good, but hey, is it really? The thing, obviously, the top speed plus nitro is going to be the same as the average for this rank, so no big change over there. And for the handling, doesn't tell us a whole lot either. Really, the way to know if the car is good or not is to actually drive it, so let's get into some races to try it out. Now, something that I have neglected to mention for quite a while now in this type of videos of the protest is that all of the races that you're gonna see here are sequential races. That is to say that there's no cherry picking over here. Whatever happens in a race, I'm gonna show you the result, because I think it's a better way to try to give you an idea of the general performance of the car. Because if I only show you races in which I get W's, which, you know, it's gonna take a while for me to record a lot of races to capture the W's, but I think it would give you the wrong impression as to, oh my god, this car consistently can beat this car or that car and things like that. No, I think it's better to show you just whatever happens, and let's go for it. Now, I think I just saw a Cyan and a Centenario in this race, and if that is the case, that's kinda dope, because those cars are gonna definitely be mentioned throughout this video when it comes talking about the Lamborghini Super Veloce. I mean, Aventador Super Veloce. For now, I wanna see if I can get, hey, a 5th place wouldn't be too bad. If I can do a little bit better, would be, well, better, but let's see. I think, no, Jesus, I'm out of nitro, Right, I'm still in 5th place, so make of that what you will. I did see some strong cars over there, like the Faraday, again, I saw the Cyan. What else was there? I didn't quite get to see, but let's see. I just don't want to mess it up around here and keep the 5th place, which might not be absolutely amazing, but it's not super terrible, and that is actually what I want to talk in general about this car and the game. Alright, that's a 5th place, which might not look fantastic, but hey, Cyan, Faraday, and the Centenario, oh, you love to see it. So, these two cars, the Cyan and Centenario, are gonna come a little bit later in the conversation, but there was also an Absolute. I did beat a Faraday, Maserati MC20, Faraday, Racer Tachyon, Faraday, Cyan, and a McMurtry Spearling. Look at that. And we went from a lot of players in the previous race to, well, less players in this one, but let's see how we do. Now, last time that I made a video on this car, I already have done a protest on it, but that was a year ago, and well, the car it's relevant right now, so I thought it was good to talk about it now. But I'm pretty sure that what I'm gonna say, I said last year when I was talking about it. And that has to do with the sort of infamy that this car, when it comes to Lamborghini, has had for some time now. Nowadays, honestly, I don't know if people even talk about this car anymore. But back in the day when I started playing this game, this car had some really bad reputation. It was kind of considered the bad Lamborghini of Class S. Now, again, I started playing this game, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm not exactly sure when it was, but it definitely was a while back. And there were a total of 4 Class S Lambos, and one of them was not competitive. The Lamborghini Terzo Millennio was at a rank of 1805, so when the new brackets, this new system, not new, by now it's old, but this system of brackets appeared, that car would not compete, obviously, because an 1805 versus 1860 just was not doable. But the main three quote-unquote powerful Lambos would be the Centenario, the Cyan, and this one with a... Oh, look at that. That was neat. All right, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, there was a Faraday, Koenigsegg 1-1, another 1-1-1, unboosted, and an Artura. All right. Now, the Cyan and the Centenario were very strong cars. I recently made a video on the Cyan. I'll put the link in the top right if you want to watch the protest of that car. But over there, I was talking about how the Cyan and the Centenario are very similar in performance with really good acceleration, really good nitro, though the Centenario has better handling and drift. While in theory, the Cyan has slightly better acceleration, but hey, who knows? So, those two cars are of the rank of 1861. This being an 1859, well, it's gonna be a tiny little bit slower, but it also has some other small disadvantages. Well, maybe not so small, but it definitely does have some issues compared to those other two. Namely, the drift on this car is not all that good. The acceleration, however, is still pretty decent, and the nitro as well is decent. I would say that the nitro is actually good. So really, it's a car with decent acceleration, with good nitro, handling is just and oh god, I need the nitro, I need that nitro, I need the nitro. Oh man, I'm dodging all of the nitro. There we go. I was panicking there and I missed 2 nitro bottles, paying attention to the dude that crashed and making sure that I wasn't gonna crash into those big roller transporter things. But all right, you know what? A second place? Yeah, I'll go with it. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Not too bad. What was I racing against though? Maserati MC20 beat an Artura, Cyan, 1-1, 2 Faradays, and another 1-1. And by the way, some people take issue as to how I say Koenigsegg 1-1, and it's like, no, DVT should be 1-1. Yes, but you can also say 1-1 in the same way that you talk about scales like, hey, this is a diecast, what's the scale? It's a 164. It is fine to say that, as well as saying 1-264. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think it's wrong to call this the 1-1. And anyway, so coming back to this car, as I was saying, yeah, it is a little bit less performing than those other two, but it's actually not that bad of a... Ah, you kidding me? It's not that bad of a car. Knockdowns notwithstanding. It's not that bad, and that's why I was saying earlier in this video that this is kind of... It has a bit of infamy as to being the bad Lambo of Class S because, oh my god, it's just not, it's bad. No. It's not bad. It's an okay car. I wouldn't even dare to say it's a little bit good on the, at least for the rank. And in general, it's a competitive car. And I've said this every single time. I know it's getting boring to hear me say this. But all of the cars in this game, because of how the game is balanced, pretty much every single car will be competitive. Now, is a Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute or a Venom F5 gonna be objectively better cars than this? For sure. But that is not to say that these cars cannot compete, simply because they're of a lower rank or maybe they don't have that amazing acceleration or whatever. Now, this is not a good race to make that point because I ended up in 8th place, but you know what I'm saying, right? All right, so yeah, look at that Cyan, Apollo IE. Look at that Apollo IE. Also of a rank of 1859, but hey. Maserati, Artura, Faradays, McMurtry, Faraday, and then there's me. I did beat a Faraday, so woohoo, that counts for something. Now, I still don't understand why some people like the cars in full black, but there it is. For those of you that like it, there you go. But let's do a spiral drift test and see how this thing really drifts. Alright, it definitely is wide, but it's not unmanageable. You saw, I was able to do the turn. Okay, I came at it on the wrong side, but it's fine. Alright, and yeah, look at that. Yeah, not amazing, not particularly good, but it's not straight up terrible. Also showing it in the opposite direction because, you know, completion and blah, 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 whatever. It's fine. I always say it feels assisted, much more assisted doing it on this direction, but still, let's give it a shot. And here we go. Yeah, a little bit better it feels. No, I think it's about the same. It's fine. Like I said, it's nothing outstanding. It's not amazing, but it's definitely usable. Oh, this is beautiful. Time to wall test, but my opponent, it's the Koenigsegg CCXR. And oh boy, do you want to talk about what is bad acceleration? This is probably the only Class S car that I can cleanly out-accelerate with just about any other car. Look at that! Oh, yeah. All right, that is going to be a very clean time to wall. I'm going to do a second attempt still, just to make sure that I got it as clean as possible. But yeah, that is proper bad acceleration. That is what is non-competitive acceleration. Granted, when it's unboosted, when it's boosted, it's fine. But yeah, whatever. That is why I say that cars like this, the acceleration is not that bad. Gate drift acceleration test as well, even though the time counts down rather than up, but still. So yeah, I don't know, it's very curious how people tend to go like, oh, this car is garbage. It's like, No, it's not. It's mid, maybe. But people continue to think that mid means bad. No. Mid means middle of the road. It's mid result. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not great. It's whatever. All right, so let's talk about the colors of this car because, oh boy, the original or main color is going to be the green one. Obviously, I was just showing you the black one. There's also red. We got it on blue. We put it like this. On white, silver, yellow. But one that is very interesting to me is this one. I don't know. It's like brownish, slightly, ever so slightly reddish. It's a weird color. You don't see it very often in cars. Nobody uses it, so I'm gonna use it. Now, when I was saying that all of these races are sequential, of course, there's a bit of a pause when I do the test for the drift and all of that stuff. But all of the first races that I showed you are sequential. All of these races are also sequential. That's what I meant. There's no cherry picking at all. Obviously, you saw that 8th place earlier on, so it's not like, oh, DVT cherry picked that one to show an 8th place. But alright, for these upcoming races, I'm gonna try to shut up a little bit and focus, hopefully, and see if I can do something decent with the car. This race does have a lot of players, so hey, let's see how we do over here. Ooh, Terzo Millennium, nice. It's funny because the Terzo Millennium now, it's a higher rank than this car, whereas before it was the 1805 car that I was talking about, but oh well. Alright, that was a very bad start. I went okay, never mind. I was gonna do that barrel roll, but nope. No. I know how that works. A little bit of collision mid-air, and next thing you know, you get knocked down. Oh no, there's a connection 1-1. But, oh, but. All right, so far. Oh no! I'm fine. I wasn't panicking. You were panicking. Oh, RIP that dude. That's gonna be another position for DVT though. I'm running low on nitro. I don't like that. I keep on saying that I should... Hold on. Oh, the overtake. Hold on. I keep on saying that I should take the right route with cars that drift better, but I never practice it, so I'm bad at that. All right, let's go for triple tap. Hope that it lasts long enough. Come on, and that's gonna be a 3rd place. Not bad. Hey, for how many players were there? That's a pretty decent result, and that's what I wanted to show. Cars can do all right if you drive them well, even if they're not necessarily the most overpowered cars or anything. Faraday, La Voiture Noire, then there's me. I beat an Artura, a Vision, Cyan, Vayan, Koenigsegg 1-1, Terzo Millennium, even a Jesco Absolute who actually disconnected. Oof. And that is why I enjoy making these videos, precisely to revisit maybe some cars that I haven't driven in a while, but also to try to be the contrarian over here, because again, it's a very fun thing how people consider some cars to just be, oh, they're garbage. Well, they're not. Now, is this car objectively worse than the Sian or the Centenario? Yes, but does that make it a bad car? No. You know, it's a relative term, that whole thing of what is good, what is bad, and what not, but this is not a bad car. It's just not amazing. All right, let me see if I can get some half-decent result in this race so far. Oh, never mind. Oh, man, I never know what is the most effective route in here. I think it's the route that those two dudes in front of me did. I really need to check that out. I know the route in the forward version of the track, but this one in reverse? Not 100% sure. I need to check that out. Obviously, there's gonna be some balance between airtime and nitro and this and that. Also, I suppose, oh good, it could vary based on whether or not your car has good recovery, which honestly I have no idea whether this car has good recovery. Probably not, but hey. For the average player, recovery doesn't matter too much. And that is kind of what this is really. I don't think any super hyper pro players need to watch my videos because they already know all of this stuff. Though if you're watching, hey, thank you for watching. But yeah, this is more for the average player who's not gonna be counting nanoseconds for the recovery and things like that. So yes, I am championing all of us mid players. All right, I got defeated by a Faraday and a Koenigsegg 1-1, but I defeated a Vayan and a Terzo Millennium. All right. Quite literally a middling result, which is not bad. Whoa boy, this might get messy. Orbital loop with 11 players. Let's see how this goes. But yeah, overall, that's why I wanted to make this video as well. Obviously, because it's a relevant car right now because it's in the multiplayer shop, and I've been trying to cover those more often because I think it's worth for you guys to see how the cars perform or have an idea of what yapping DVT dude thinks about the car. But also because, like I said, I haven't driven this car in a very long time, so it's kind of nice to revisit it. Okay, let's see how we do again. Yeah, I tried to stay. Oh, good. Oh man, I don't know what just happened there. I bounced off someone, or I don't know what happened. I was trying to stay as much to the right as I could, because you know that if you go a little bit too much to the left on that first turn, you're just gonna get sandwiched. So people, avoid that. It's for your own good. Well, oh my god! That was not on purpose, all right? That couldn't have been on purpose. I was just minding my own business, and the guy decided to get a little bit close to me. And I missed that nitro ball. Let's go. I did not miss that one, so that's something. What the frog was that? Did I gain a position or nah? Maybe he was lagging out. I'm not even sure if I gained a position or not. I was just too focused on trying to not mess it up. Oh, I messed that up. Come on, don't mess this up, DBT. Okay. At least I didn't wreck in the divider, so that's something. Whoa, whoa! What just happened to those dudes? All right, I gained another position. Let's go! Whoa, third place! Woo! I somehow overtook that dude at the very last second. Let's go. That time must have been super close between the fourth and third. Look at that. It was literally the same time, just the game decided to give me the third place. Let's go! All right, look at that. I did get defeated by a Faraday and a Venom 5, but I defeated another Faraday, 1-1, Solo, Cyan, Halloween Edition, the Lycan Halloween Edition, Faraday, and 2 Lavoie. You see what I'm saying? It's all about just, you know, playing and doing all right. I will never get over the fact that the Lamborghini SVJ has a lower rank. It's in a lower class than the SV, the SVJ being a more advanced version of the SV. So the key phrase for today is going to be, it still doesn't make sense. The SV, it's higher ranked than the SVJ. First person to post it gets the hard opinion. You know how that whole thing works. Yeah, I don't know why they did it this way, but I suppose you could argue that in Class A, the SVJ is a better car than in Class S, the SV is. I don't know if that argument makes any sense. I mean, it's a very good car, the SVJ in Class A, but hey, whatever, it's fine. Let's do a race over here. How many players? 7. All right, not as many this time around, but let's see what I can do. Dude! Oh, well. You were touching me, buddy. Let's just not make... Let's make sure to not fall in the ditch. The also famous China ditch. And I messed up that perfect nitro somehow. Let's go. Right, don't touch this dude. Oh, I think he went for a very high jump. I think that was way too high. Yep, he's now behind me. Now I'm starting to worry about my nitro. We should be fine. We should be fine. Should have done a punch drift on that one, but nah, we're fine. We're fine. Don't panic, people. Hey, look at that. Another third place. Not too bad for a car that people say it's bad, huh? Yeah, so if you've been thinking about purchasing this car in the multiplayer shop and you've heard people saying like, oh no, this car is garbage, don't listen to them. They think that something that isn't the king is garbage, and that's not the truth. Something that isn't the king can still be pretty decent, and this car is at the very least decent. So if you've been thinking about it, hey, this is not a terrible car. Just keep in mind that the drift is a little bit wide, maybe a tiny bit heavy to drive, but the nitro is pretty good, and the acceleration is at the very least decent. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do, like and subscribe and all of that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!